What's up, guys? I am back at it again. I've been sitting on this project for a while and I said, let me finish up these shelves. So today what I'm gonna do is measure the area where I'm gonna be putting the shelves. And I'm gonna get a ladder and make sure to measure at the top and the bottom because sometimes the walls are not perfectly straight and I don't wanna have to shave off some of the shelf because I had made all of them the same size and they're not the same size. Yeah, exactly 36.5. So I feel like only at the top, I might have to make the shelf slightly smaller. So the other part of the bump out that I need to do is the mantle. And so the mantle generally is longer than the actual fireplace. So I'm gonna check right now to see what would be a good length for the mantle. Maybe about 64. About 64 inches would be good. Alright, so now all the cutting is complete. I've cut it down to size. I have put all the 45-degree angles that I needed. And the next part is to put the shelf together. So I cut a few smaller pieces that will go inside to act as a brace for the shelf while it's drying. But another thing that I learned via YouTube, thank you YouTube, and the people on YouTube that share their secrets, is that they put tape on the back of the 45-degree angle so that when it's together, you literally are just folding it up. And then it's holding the two pieces together, the glue comes together, and then I could nail it. And once it's nailed, I'll just leave it to dry and then I can peel the tape off after. That'll help to keep the seam together. The better choice of tape would be masking tape, but this is what I got, so. All right, so I have the tape on the back, as you can see, and now I'm gonna rest it flat. And I'm gonna put this piece of wood right up against it. Now, keep in mind, if your wood is kind of warped, you are gonna have to, work with your wood and kind of push it in place while you're nailing it. But at least the tape acts as a guide to prevent it from slipping around. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the shelving, and I need to prep it before I actually paint it. And so when you start out, you're gonna notice that there's gonna be gaps in the wood because of course it's not going to be perfect. But one of the ways that you can kind of hide these gaps is by burnishing the outside. So you take a tool, for instance, like, a screwdriver or something that has like a metal rounded edge, and you literally press against the edge, the two edges, and what will happen is the wood will press against each other and almost mesh and seal the gap. And so it will not only cause the fibers to seal together, but it won't be as sharp, which, you don't want to have too much of a sharp edge because, you could get splinters and it'll hurt more if you hit it. So that's what I'm going to do, is burnish the edges. And anything that has too much of a gap where the wood fibers don't meet together, I'm going to use wood putty and then I'm gonna put that in, and then afterwards I'm gonna sand the whole thing to prep it for staining it. And so pretty much I'm gonna take this tool, I'm gonna rest it on my leg so it doesn't move around. But when I push it together, you notice how you don't see that gap anymore? Literally the wood fibers are just coming together and sealing that edge. And so now the edge isn't so sharp anymore, and the wood fiber comes together. And as I said, it's not going to be perfect. There might be some areas that don't really come together like that, but once you sand it, then you could go back over those areas with you know, your screwdriver or whatever edge you have, and then it will literally seal this thing and it will look seamless. Okay, so I finally sanded everything. I went ahead and I filled in all the holes where the nails were, and as you can see, it looks so smooth and it is ready to be stained. Now, before I stain it, I'm actually going to use pre-stain. And why do I use pre-stain? Because if there's any scratches or any unevenness in the wood, the pre-stain will soak that up, so that way the entire thing is even with the stain. I don't like when you just go straight on to staining and then all of a sudden one area looks dark and then the other area looks, you know, lighter, so it has this patchy look. With the pre-stain, it'll make sure that the stain goes on evenly and the whole thing looks nice and smooth and the same color. So before adding each shelf, we went ahead and used some scrap wood to nail into the studs, and then we were able to use the nail gun to attach the shelf to the wall. Alright guys, we finally built the mantle. I have some minor imperfections that I need to sand and fill with putty. As you can see, there's a slight gap in the wood, which is expected. It's not perfect. And I tried to burnish the edges a little bit, but because this is layered wood, it's not going to burnish the same as a piece of some planks, like solid wood. This is plywood, layered plywood sheets. So yeah, it's a little bit different, but I just love the grain on this, and I'm excited to sand it and see how it turns out. I think it's gonna come out beautiful, and I can't wait to see it on the wall. As you can see, this is probably one of my biggest gaps on the mantle, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put all this putty. I could be using a putty knife, but I don't know, for me I just prefer using my finger. But yeah, I'm gonna close up this gap and you'll see how nice it will look afterwards. Alright, I have puttied every corner and crevice of this thing, so now all I have to do is sand. Before putting up the mantle, we definitely wanted to make sure that we had a precise measurement of where things were going. So we measured the fireplace and figured out where the center of it was so that we could put the mantle up and make sure that it was nice and level. One important thing that I want to mention is that if you decide to go with a certain wood, stick with that wood throughout the project. So if you're using pine, use pine for everything, because I did notice that the mantle looked a little bit different from the shelves. All right, I just finished putting the pre-stain on the mantle. I know the sides have that bright brightness to it because of the putty, but I will make sure that it's dark and matches evenly. That was the side that had the biggest gap. But other than that, it all looks great. I can't wait to finish staining this thing up so we can put it on the wall. So this is the final result of the shelves and the mantle. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned because my next video, I'm going to show you how I decorate my bump out.